veteran and someone who in his current position is also making it possible for us to do all sorts of things, not only the summer camps but also to have a very strong voice in the Party of European Socialists and in the European Socialist movement. So I would like to ask the Deputy Secretary General of PES of the Party of European Socialists, Yonnec Polet, to come and give us a greetings of the Party of European Socialists. Thank you, Yonnec.
Hello, friends. Hello, hello. It's a pleasure, a big pleasure for me to be here. I'd like to give you the greetings of the PES president, Sergei Stanichev, from Bulgaria. Unfortunately, he could not be with us today or for this week because he's expecting, or his wife is expecting, an happy moment with a delivery anytime soon. So he apologized and he could not be with you in this period. So I hope that you can understand. Hassan, it's done. Well, very good. So congratulate to Sergei and to his wife. I would like also to congratulate the organizers. Of course, yes, at my time it was ECOSY, but also the organizer of CHP Youth, CHP, the local mayor, the mayor of Izmir city, for really helping to make this event real. I heard that actually it's the 11th ECOSY summer camp. I was present at the first one. I can tell you that at my time it was not as sunny, not as hot, not as a beautiful place as it is now, so I really hope that you will be able to enjoy. When getting old, you have a bad memory, so it's better to keep your paper close to you. So I wanted to say that I had, as a now veteran of YES, part of my best moments, part of my, even I have to say, best holidays in the ECOSY summer camps. And I hope that you really have the same. Because what we see here when we gather all of us together, I guess that there are a few of you that are already veterans. That's not their first summer camp, but for some of you it's the first time. And I remember my first, we always remember our first time, but I remember my first time in ECOSY summer camp, and that's really a great feeling, because it's a feeling where you can really see what is international solidarity. It's a moment where we can meet a lot of people, different people, and it's true that we are not all the same politically. We have our divergences, we have our political difference, and we settle that in congresses, in meetings, through resolution. But what we can see when we are here together is to feel what is uniting us. And what is uniting us is this deep feeling in us, in all of us, for justice, for social justice, for equality among citizens, for society that is a society that is inclusive for everybody, a society that gives a place for everybody, a society where people can live in dignity and with a decent life. And this is something, this is a feeling that will get to you all your life. Because this is a possibility, an opportunity that for me I discover in ECOSY, in YES, sorry I will say ECOSY a lot of time, that I discovered in YES, and that continued for my whole political life. And I'm sure that it will continue with you too. Because this is a great feeling, and this is why our movement is a movement that is all over the continents. We have party members, we have party representatives all over the continents, and that's, I think, is the beauty of social democracy. Is the fact that we are defending universal values, and that these universal values are taking into consideration giving rights to people, right like education, like healthcare, public services, but also giving new rights to people. I'm thinking too in France, where they gave recently the marriage for gay people in France and other rights, and this is our political family that has been able all over the place, all over the continent, to fight to give new rights to people. And talking about new rights to people, I want to mention now Turkey, as we are in this beautiful country, to mention what is happening here. It's also a fight for rights, a fight for new rights. And I would like, on behalf of the PES, to express our solidarity with the people that are now struggling in Gezi Park, in Istanbul, but not only in Istanbul, in many different cities in Turkey. And of course, I want to express, as it was said, my condolences to the victims and share solidarity with the families. It's, I believe, an extraordinary movement, a movement that is gathering a lot of people with different origin. And we can see that this time there are change in Turkey. And I think that this is time also to change Turkey. And these young people are doing that. And the Prime Minister called them, and I hope my Turkish friends will agree with my pronunciation, they describe them as çapulcu, which is kind of, thank you, it seems that I was more or less correct. This means to be looters, like a vandal. And I believe that we all feel like çapulcu if this is the case, because it's not about that, it's about giving new rights in Turkey. And this is something that we can see is a very problematic issue in Turkey. It's about democracy. It's about freedom of media. It's about the reform of the judicial system. It's about protecting minorities. It's about having check and balance. And this is the problems that we face now in Turkey. And the Prime Minister of Turkey must respect and listen to its citizens and their demands. And we have to condemn really the excessive and disproportionate use of violence that he's doing. This is not, I think, to the standards of a democracy, and Turkey is a democracy, and the Prime Minister should stop using this excessive use of force vis-à-vis the demonstrators. This is not acceptable for a European country. Saying that, I believe that that movement is also a movement that is, as it was said, bringing Turkey closer to Europe, and I wish that one day Turkey will be part of the European Union. So therefore, I really would like to give our support to the movement, to the citizens' movement, but also to the CHP, because I know that there will be big electoral moment very soon with some local election. So all the best to the current mayors of the cities here, but also presidential elections. So I really want to give our support and to wish all the best to the CHP, also with CHP youth, with a lot of young candidates in the list, with a renewal of the party. I think that it's also with young people that CHP will be able to win the election and to make the change in Turkey. Because talking about the change in Turkey, we also, as European Young Socialists, or you as European Young Socialists and with the PES, want to make change in Europe. I left, to give you an idea, ECOSY, the old yes, in 2003. And in 2003, I can tell you that compared to now, it's a totally different Europe. We can say that it's almost a totally different world. At that time, it was the big enlargement coming up, 2004, with 25 member states. The EU as an idea was very popular among people, and then came the financial crisis. Financial crisis 2007-2008, that create the failures of the economic system that we know, the failure of the economy in different countries, with a huge social and economic crisis. And we are still in this crisis. And this crisis is, for me, the symbol of the failure of neoliberal ideas, as it was defended by right-wing parties and developed in Europe for too long and too many times. And now for us, it's time to change, to make change in Europe. This crisis, of course, our governments were forced to help the banking system, to save the banking system, and to invest lots of money in our banking systems. Doing that, of course, they increased public debt and public deficits, and this was used after that by right-wing people, right-wing parties, right-wing government to attack the welfare state under the pretext or under the alibi of cutting public debts. And this has led to a clear attack in many countries vis-à-vis the welfare state that has created, on top of a very difficult situation, much more social problems in these countries. And I believe that the right and the governments in that period, with the Merkozy, Merkel and Sarkozy at their French and German governments, are responsible in the situation in which we are now. We see in Europe a very high level of unemployment, a level that is totally unacceptable, a level that is a scandal in many countries, like in Spain, in Greece, where we have more than one on two young people that are unemployed. But this is one aspect. The second aspect that we see also, it's the fact that we have the new emergence of nationalists, extremists, even fascist parties in some countries. And that is the question now. This is the challenge that we are facing now in Europe, is to reverse this trend. And this will be our goal or target for the 2014, next year, European election. And I think that all of us, we need to be united in this fight. Now we have seen that socialists are back in Europe. Socialists are back and able to change the European agenda. With the victory of François Hollande in May last year, but then with many more victories. We had many more since that. We had Victor Ponta in Romania. We had Joe Muscat in Malta. We had in Bulgaria with the BSP, Oreszewski and Sergei Stanichev. And I hope that soon in Austria, Werner Faymann will be able to win and to continue in the government, but also with the SPD in Germany, with Steinbrück, be able to win the election in September. And that's, I think, very important for us, because what we want to do with this election, we want to send a signal to the European citizens that the European dream is still existing. The European dream is what we believe about Europe. For us, Europe is a project of solidarity. It's not just a project where countries are living apart. No, it's a project where we are able to unite this big continent with a common goal for more integration and with solidarity, not only a big single market. And therefore, we have to continue the fight that we have been leading for many years for the financial transaction tax. That's a very big achievement that now we have to implement. With fighting tax havens, which is also one of the fights that socialists we are doing now and that we are leading. With the youth guarantee that now is on top of the European agenda, in order to give a chance to all these many millions young people, close to 6 million young people in Europe that are now unemployed. And that's why our campaign will be a very tough campaign. This will be a new campaign. We will now, all political families, have a candidate for President of the European Commission. This will change also the nature of the election, because we will have one face, one person to identify with, and this is, of course, will, I believe, be in our favor, because this will be able to politicize Europe. What many people and many citizens do not understand is that also at the European level, you have a left and a right. For too many people, they understand that it exists at local level, at regional level, sometimes at national level, but they can't see that at the European level also we have a fight between our ideas and their ideas. And with a candidate, this is not the only solution, of course, but with the candidate, it will help, I think, to create this public debate and to politicize Europe. So we count on you for this campaign. We count on you, we count on yes. You will have a big role to play. First of all, with the manifesto, we will adopt a short, straightforward manifesto, and we count on your input to elaborate the manifesto. We count on you to have many young candidates. I see that there is a campaign to have more young MEPs, and I hope that we will be able to have a large group with a lot of young MEPs, and also we need you in the campaign. As I said, it will be very tough. We will have to fight low turnout. We know that is the case at the European election, but I think that Europe needs change. Europe needs European social democracy. Europe needs yes, and Europe needs us. So all of us together, I wish that we will win this next election, but before that, enjoy this beautiful place, have a wonderful summer camp, and together we will campaign in 2014. Thank you very much.